spend with my viewers, and I discuss issues relating to fish keeping, my hobby, Jamaica, as to the direction in which it is actually going. Okay, so I start by opening my laptop to see my stream and have a quiet. So I am practically doing that. Okay, so what's up, James Bolston? Nice to see you, brother. I am trying to up. Blessed. Nice to see you. I'm trying as best as possible to make this stream. Now, Jamaica have ended, well, the region. No, Jamaica have ended, well, the region. I'm sorry about that. That didn't, right. Now, the hurricane season have ended. And we are now heading into the middle ground between the drought season and the past wet season, right? So the hurricane season ended November the 30th, but today for the most part was a little bit dark, a little bit windy. Even now it is a little bit windy. Okay, nice to see you, James Bolston. I hope that you will stay tuned for the most part of this stream. I expect persons to come in. But let me just share with you an update as to where I'm at regarding fish keeping. A lot of persons have asked me why is it that I do not have a fish room. Now, having a fish room in Jamaica, I did a video on that, but having a fish room in Jamaica really would hurt the pocket in a bit. And because I don't have that pocket to be hurt, it's really not really in my forte right now. Okay, so what happened is that during hurricane, I have to be mindful of the fact that light might go, water might go, because where I'm at, how things set is that as soon as light go, water goes within probably about 15 to 20 minutes, because the light is used to actually carry water to where I'm at. Okay, so if I have a fish room and all the aquariums are filtered using electrical filtration system, I'll find myself in a pickle, right? In the sense that whenever hurricane do come, I will have to find some ingenious way to ensure that my fish stock keeps healthy and actually keep alive. So the pond system kind of works out for me. Hey Adele, nice to see you. Greetings. Alright, nice to see you. I just hope that you will stay as long as possible. I'm talking about the whole idea of fish keeping in Jamaica, and one of the primary reasons why in Jamaica you don't really have that person like myself, or like fish rooms, like you have persons online having fish rooms. I am not really heading in that direction. The most thing I would do, I think, is probably have an area cordoned off with well structured, that is, and it would have my ponds and everything would be working out okay. Alright, this is a Q&A section. You ask questions and we delve into. Sometimes we end up into discussion that leads away from the purpose, but that is what we are here, right? Yeah, glad to see you too. Yeah, there. I would like for you also, for those persons who are online, who are actually looking at my stream, who are actually watching me, should I say, to check out other persons who have actually joined the stream. Please remember to keep it clean, keep it nice. If you don't have anything to say, that is nice. Don't say it. Another thing is that please do not use the word sub me or I sub you or whatever, right? It's best if you use I got you, I'll check you out. All right, cool. Yeah, man. Yes, you're that. You're there. You're there. All right. But yeah, man. No problem. You're there. I appreciate you stopping by. Okay, so in Jamaica we have frequent. Well, where I'm at, we have frequent power outage, and I'm coming to that, James. I have frequent power outage, and after the power outage, 15 minutes after, you end up with water lock off. So how do I combat the whole idea of water lock off? I'm coming into you, James, right? Is by actually having a 1,000 gallon container on my house top. We call it a tank, water tank in Jamaica. And this water tank should be able to manage my household for about 2 weeks without regular city pipe water. So I use this, and this is the water that I've been using so as to maintain my aquarium, change water, and do all the necessary work to keep my fish healthy and strong. Okay, now I have about 19, 20 ponds and 20 ponds and about 6 aquariums. Uh, Last time I count, I think it was 27, but anyway, something there about, right? So I would have to have either a centralized filtration system or individual filtration system for each tank, right? Yeah, 20 pounds, 55 gallon, for 250-gallon white tote, yeah. But I should be able to get, well, I think I'm going to be getting another one soon. I have some goldfish that have just spawned. I got some eggs this morning. I'll show you that video during the course of the week. So I know that by now and probably about 6 weeks time, 7 weeks time, I should have about 50-55 goldfish swimming in the back of my yard. Alright, so that's where I'm at right now. So I'll be having about 1 pound, 250-gallon tote with about 50 goldfish, and then I realized that I only have 4 male koi. The females have actually died. I sold some, so I did what I said I should not have done, which is to actually sell myself, actually keeping one back for myself. So I'm out of females. So I have about 4 or 5 males, and that they can spawn. All right, back to James' question before time have actually lapse and I don't remember. He asked me what's my favorite individual fish. My favorite individual fish, for most persons who have been following me for a very long time will know that my favorite individual fish is the Oscar, right? But I realized my schedule is that I upload a video. I upload a video for YouTube every about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. So what might be 5:30 in Jamaica, 5:30 a.m. probably might be a different time. Let's say that if you're in Europe or Japan or China, right? So it's there about, right? So 5:30 a.m. a video is released every single morning. On Saturdays, I release a video in the evening probably about 7, right? And Sunday morning schedule is back to the whole process, right? Yeah, man. Same time next week. About between 2 and 3, I should be on for live stream. All right. So I'm sharing the fact that, yeah, for live stream. All right. So I'm sharing the fact that in Jamaica it's really different from many developed countries. I'm not swinging on the whole avenue of I'm poor, I can't afford this and I afford that. As I said to somebody who actually bought an expensive car, that if you can't afford the car, you don't buy it. No, I'm not saying that I can't afford the hobby, but the avenue in which some persons have actually taken the hobby, I don't think I can go there now, because I first have to structure myself in a way that I feel comfortable. Alright? Okay, so I am looking at my fish keeping experience. Now, my fish keeping experience dates back as far as I was about 12 or 13 years old. Right? Uh, my first fish was gourmet. Then I got some fish that looks like mollies, you call them gullyfish, and eventually after a while I started to raise birds. But for those persons who have been following me a lot, you realize that this is a common thing in which I've always shared with you, right? I love birds, I love dogs, and I love fish. All right, so there's a lot of things to come this week. First thing, I have a great chat with my man, what name? Thirsty Rabbit, right? I have also two updates on my goldfish fries. I also have a video uh, on my Jack Dempsey's, and I have a video on my convicts. I also have uh, let let's talk about let's talk video where which I talk about individual in which I find very interested within the fish keeping hobby, and we that should close off the week with another thought or commentary, probably about Friday, right? Okay, so I'm not going to be telling you who I'm going to be speaking with, but I am telling you that this is a very awesome week. You should not miss it. And I'm trying my best. I'm trying the best as possible to stick within the time frame of 5 to 6 minutes, so as to get you to watch, drink your coffee or your tea, and head off to work. I do not want you to fall asleep whenever I am actually sharing my video with you. Okay, so as I said before, we have just closed the hurricane season. We are actually going into what some persons would regard as the drought period. Really and truly, that doesn't really kick in until about in January. So between January until about April, May, you might have a little drought condition, where in which the plants the plants tend to have a little issue. Although right now my water lilies are having issues because, hey, what's up, Smoking Joe's barbecue? Nice to see you, brother. Alright, so my plants are having issues. If it's too hot, they become yellow. If it's too cold, they become yellow. Alright, so you have to balance off that. And I guess some persons do have the same issue whenever they have plants. Hey, just my fish, nice to see you. Right? Please remember to check out each other's channel. Probably you might not want to do that now because you'll be leaving my stream, right? But just check them out as you see them popping. Some persons are doing a whole bunch of stuff, so you check them out, right? That would be awesome. I have Facebook. I will leave a link in the description below. I also have Instagram, Fish Keeping Jamaica. So you can. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So James Bolston, why not have a name that actually spells out what you do? Instead of James Bolston, you could say Philippine Aquatics. That will really points to where you're at, so persons can actually pick it out easily. All right. So I'll check you out later, brother. All right. So fish keeping in Jamaica is like the norm, just like having a dog. In Jamaica, I have a my cousin, call it wife, came to Jamaica, right? And when she came and we were like driving around, and she saw several dogs running up and down the road. In the States, they have this thing where every dog should have a leash, and if you don't have a leash on the dog can be pounded, and if the dog is not claimed or adopted in a certain period of times, brother, right? So if the dog is not claimed or maybe somebody come and search for the dog or adopted, after a while they would they will be put to sleep or something like that, right? In Jamaica, you have a lot of dogs, stray dogs running up and down, and they are like disaster waiting to happen for most tourists like myself. I mean, just coming in the night, driving main road, yes, main road, highway, and you just see a dog just dart across the road, and the dog is black, right? So you have to maneuver carefully as you drive the Jamaican street. Okay, okay, cool. Alright, so that's just my fish and James Bolston actually talking. That's really cool. Okay, Okay, so continuing. So we realized that when she realized that there are several dogs running up and down the road, wow, in Jamaica there are a lot of dogs, man. And these people are afraid that these dogs might get hit by a car. Hey Rob, what's up, brother? Hey, nice to see you, boss. So I told her that the dogs are like dime a dozen. So one sec, I'm trying to do something here. I'm trying to do something here. I'm sorry about that. Alright, so alright, cool. So I realized that I explained to her that dogs are like a dime a dozen in Jamaica. A matter of fact, some Chinese are actually building highways in Jamaica, right, and main road. And in one particular community, rumor have been spread that no, this is no disrespect to Chinese people, right? This is just what rumor have been spreading, right? Um, so rumor been spreading that since a group of Chinese from the construction site have actually moved into the community, they have seen less stray dogs. So you can pick up um, in between the lines there, right? Dogs are actually being okay. So there's a lot of fish in Jamaica. A lot of rivers. Jamaica is referred to as a land of wood and water. So you have a lot of rivers in Jamaica. Some are on the map, while some are like brooks or stream or small channels that persons don't really see them significant to actually give them an official name. And in these rivers you have several. Hey, Purple Gang, nice to see you, brother. Yes, man. So in these streams you have several different fish, and these fish, to me, some of which I've never seen before. Going, this is it. As a small boy going to the river, swimming, I never really take notice of these fish because I wasn't really like, you know, being guided by my whole hobby of fish keeping. I love dogs at that point in time. But when I started to really look into fish keeping and I observe these fish, and I realized that these fish are really different from the ones that I've actually been seen on the internet, in books, stores, or whatever. They're just different, right? So I went to the river and I actually got a few video clips on some of which I've never seen before, some of which I've seen, right? So I'll be going back again and I'll be asking you to help me to identify the name of these fish. All right, as it relates to fish, right? Now I did a video a few weeks ago where I looked at keeping wild fish versus keeping wild fish versus those fish that have actually, you breed in your aquarium, your pond system. Now I have uh, had my experience in which I've actually put my pond fish, yeah, my pond fish, stupid am I, right? With my wild caught fish, and I realized that my pond fish was actually being torn apart, right? It actually got messed up, right? Because the wild fish was like at it like that. Now, if you have not seen it, you should check it out. Right. Enough about me mumbling and all that. Show your question and I'll share my response to it. Uh, any question? So, Rob, how is your weekend so far? Just my fish. What's new on the project line? Okay. So, meanwhile, um, my viewers gather their oldest fish I have. My oldest fish was Zeus. I left him in a barrel pond and I came home and I saw and him disappear. Simple. Alright, well, in Jamaica we practice this thing what you call patois, which is a broken English. It's mixed between African um, linguistics and English with linguistics. So sometimes when you hear me speak, like, yo, you don't know, yeah man, cool. It's like, this linguistic in between language between what you call Creole, right? Patois, same as Creole, broken English. Alright, cool. Uh, It died in a fire. Wow, it's always amazed me. How is it a fish who lives in water would die in fire? Bearing in mind that water actually holds fire. Is it that the fire actually warmed the water to the extent in which the fish actually died? Or is it that the fish actually jumped out of the water into the fire? That always bugs me. It's not the first time I've heard this. Okay. Okay. Tank exploded. Wow. Wow. It reminded me of my video in which I had where in which I was showing you my 60 gallon and it kind of popped out at the side because I did not have the strap on the top. Okay. Uh okay. Just give me a shout, just my fish, and I, if you're wherever you are, hopefully I am in the position to reach by you. I sure pay you a visit if you come by Jamaica. Sorry to hear about that too, my brother. Okay, so let's get back to the whole idea of fish keeping. Now, several exotic fish exist within the fish keeping hobby is not allowed in Jamaica. Yeah, not allowed in Jamaica. For example, loaches are not allowed in Jamaica. If they are in Jamaica, they were illegally brought in. Um, I've heard persons saying that arowana is not allowed in America, but I've seen my man, I mean, E-Money, Secrets, he called Flower Horn, uh, you know. Yes, 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 just my fish. That would be cool, awesome, and I could show you some rivers and probably some wild fish, and we could chat and all that would be good. All right, so when you look at it, I would want some. I would really spend my money to get some fish, yeah, but some fish are just not available. I guess what happened is that some fish, if brought to Jamaica, when persons are like tired of them or just want to get rid of them, they would actually carry the fish and release them in the wild, just like the lionfish that was actually brought in so as to get rid of a particular species of fish, and now it has become a problem to many marine coastal areas, right? So that's it. Pleckers are in the wild. Places in the world do not allow you to import pleckers because pleckers have become some amount of issue, right? My worst fish keeping experience. My worst fish keeping experience is that I had some filament bars, right? So I had the filament bars and the filament like they were okay. They were about probably about 300, yeah, 350 in a 250 gallon tote. Um, I had a male and a female, and I placed them to spawn. They spawn and the eggs hatch, and they were really looking really good. All right, plicker is a problem. Oh, coming back to that, James, right? So the filament barbs, I was saying to myself, they were like probably about 2 inches, like 1.5 to 2 inches in length. So I said to myself, I'm gonna see if I can siphon out the base of this pond because it was like about 3 months I did not clean it, I did not change I did not change any water. I just keep on putting fresh water on the tap. So one evening, smart am I took a hose and I was trying to, get some of the mess. And I did not know at the time, right? And I actually took the hose, the mess was there, and in actually placing the hose in the mess and trying to siphon it out, the mess actually trapped some amount of gas, and everything looked okay for me. I got some of the mess out, but not all. The majority was still there because the hose was very small. And what happened is that in the morning I woke up and found all 300 plus fish dead. The story the story is that the gas that has been building up as a result of the fish waste was actually disturbed, and when it came up the fish had nowhere to go, so the fish all died, right? um, the best solution for a situation like that would be to actually release the water and try to catch as much as possible and place into another container, wash it out, and then replace, and then actually put the fish back in the container. But that's it. That's my worst experience. All right. James, you said that pleco was a problem in the Philippines. Okay. Could you share us? Jaden Cooper, nice to see you, brother. Could you share us, James, how pleco has become such a problem? I know that they can go probably about 3 feet. Yeah, they can go the length of my arm, and they are big like my head, right? And they are really awesome and messy. I have some. I have about probably 3 16 inches pleco in my pond. I'm gonna be releasing um, that water, change it. No, I don't know Chris Gale. I've actually seen him, but I don't know him. Alright, I guess you are a cricket person, right? Cricket for the West Indies actually died probably about 10 years ago, right? Okay. Oh, you keep them as pet. I think in America they practice keeping the bushy nose pleco. Now, it's very difficult for you to actually identify the male and the female pleco. So when breeding plecos in Jamaica, what they normally do is like buy a dozen small plecos and just throw them in a big large containers. The thing about plecos is that plecos are hardy fish. They can, just like the jack dempsey, yeah, hardy fish. Jack dempseys are more hardy than Oscar fish, right? So hold on, I'm reading just my fish. Okay, okay, that's sad. That's sad. Just my fish. Ah, ah, okay, okay, okay. Um, I've heard I've heard somebody said that, I think it was Fish World Secrets, which is a very awesome channel, guys. If you have not seen Fish World Secrets, go and check him out, especially if you are in secrets, right? I think I've heard where in which this had happened to Fish World Secrets, and he said that he had a spare. You know that he lives in somewhere in Europe where you have climatic variation, spring, autumn. So he had spare heater water aquariums, so he was able to change it out very quickly. That's one of my worst fear. My worst fear is to come home and to see my aquariums all messed up, my fish on the ground dead, and that's one of my worst fear in fish keeping. But the way in which I keep fish really right now, it amazes a lot of persons, because I've kept swordtail and mollies in my pond system, and my the water is actually about probably about 2 inches, 2.5 inches from the top, and I don't have any fish actually jumping out to see, right? However, I've heard a person mistakenly remove the lid and forget to actually place the lid on, and these fish actually jump out and they find them. As a matter of fact, even heard that plecos have actually jumped out of the aquarium, and persons find them months after place, right? So it's really interesting. But I guess one of the things is that if you have ponds, it's a little bit more advantageous than aquariums, because you see, ponds allow the fish to actually browse on the side, getting microscopic organism to consume, while in aquarium you are so busy keeping it clean that sometimes when the fish is jumping out, it's because the fish is hungry and can't find nothing in the tank to eat, right? Did you keep it, James? Did you keep that fish? Did you keep that fish when you found it? uh yeah, yeah. That's how it is more time, we have some experience, and some persons just feel as if they don't want to continue, because it's really sad, right? But it's nice to know, just my fish, that you are back in the fish keeping hobby, and I've watched a couple of your videos, and you have some really interesting fish species. Back to what I am saying with regards to my Jack Dempsey versus my Oscar. I love Oscars. Don't get me wrong. And one reason why a lot of persons love Oscars more than Jack Dempsey is because a Oscar fish will get to, let's say, 6 or 7 inches in length in space of 9 to 10 months. A Jack Dempsey might take about 2 or 3 years to get that large. But if you should measure Jack Dempsey versus Oscar fish, I love my Oscar. Nothing can replace my Oscar. But I'm just sharing with you my experience since I have had these Jack Dempseys for a bit now. I've actually been seeing the beauty manifesting itself as time progressed. Now, Jack Dempsey, the normal Jack Dempsey, gene manipulated Jack Dempsey, what you call it, the blue Jack Dempsey. I'm not talking about that. The blue Jack Dempsey doesn't live as long as the normal Jack Dempsey, right? Normal Jack Dempsey is a hardy fish. You can have those fish in a messed up tank for weeks and don't clean it and it won't die. But the blue Jack Dempsey, as soon as the toxicity level, or should I say the pH, reaches a certain level, you just see the fish just turn over and die. Alright? Yeah. YouTube did not exist. Brother, in the 2000s, YouTube existed, Early 2000, YouTube came on board. So it's not like saying that old. Come on, man. In the 90s, I attended Teachers College. I'm not that old. I'm young, right, Rob? Right, Rob? My bro? Right? So in the 90s, I attended Teachers College, and kind of get tired of school right now. But I'm not saying that you're not supposed to continue, but it's an awesome thing getting higher education. Alright, cool. That's the spirit. Share the love. Check out each other's channel. It's an awesome thing when we and share experience, right? I don't know. And Rob did a video the other day where he used a tool. I can't. I took a turkey beast. The thing where you use the turkey to get up the grease thing. I can't pronounce it. Somebody share the actual name with me, a basta, a bista, whatever, right? Where you need to use it to take out the flies out of the aquarium. Cool, right? But there's a risk with the spoon where if you actually go too close to the well, if you try to get the fish from the side, the tail is like nipped by the spoon. The fish can be cooked, or the fish can actually die, or something like that. But the turkey beast, right? The turkey beast works good, but the thing is that yes, it's available in Jamaica, but I never really thought about it. Right? Okay, William Gilbert, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by, brother. North Carolina. Hey, how's the weather over there? Is it hot? William. Fish 3 times. Okay. Well, I've seen a couple of cats on the top of my ponds recently. But the thing about it is that my ponds have water lilies. And my fish, I don't know if they're smart. I just they're smart. I don't know, but my fish would like come up right underneath the root of the plant and will stay there if they so desire. Or any moment they see on the top, they will just go back down. Unlike the convicts, they are something else to be reckoned. It's as if anything that moves at the top, they come to actually get a mouthful. For example, they see the bees there. Bees love water, right? So the bees come and actually drink water from the ponds sometimes, right? And what I find is that the convicts are there waiting on the opportunity to actually draw one of those bees under the water to consume it. Yeah, man, them terrible fish. All right. Okay. Okay, so James is asking for somebody to to he's at 98 subscribers and he wants 100 subscribers. So I'm asking if you could actually show James some love by checking out his channel. And I know Bobby Catfish. Okay, okay. I'm going up back. Okay. I'm okay. Yeah, Bumblebee Catfish, right? So that's true. Uh, I'm gonna be doing. Although this could be like a precursor to it, right? I'm gonna be doing a video in the near future where I look at bottom feeders, not the type that certain people talk about. I'm talking about the real bottom feeders, right? That is popular in Jamaica. Now, Colin Barsby did a video on bottom feeders, but I'm going to be doing a video on bottom feeders that are available in Jamaica, right? So I'm going to be doing a feature, it's not feature, short feature, but I think I can probably share some issues of it. So we have probably about 4 or 5 well-known bottom feeders within aquariums in Jamaica. These are plecas, curry catfish, piscus, snails, and I don't remember the other, right? But these are what many hobbies like myself use in Jamaica. I have a problem with practically all of them, right? Because one, the snail will eat the eggs, especially in the night when the fish is sleeping. The pleco will eat the eggs, right? And will also eat the fries. The piscus, catfish, they are aggressive. They will eat the fries and the eggs in the plain sight of the parent, even if it's a convict, right? Although the convicts probably might pull off 2 of its barbells, right? And the curry catfish, they will eat any fish that can hold in its mouth, even its own fries, right? Uh no problem, James, no problem. All right, so yeah man, snails eat eggs of fish that actually, you know, lay eggs all over the place. For example, if you have, let's say, yeah man, they eat eggs. All right, this is how I know, right? And most of the time persons actually speak because they actually read, right? And some of the times, for example, person might say that a particular dog is very aggressive, but I've been to the States and I've seen the same particular dog walking, licking person's fingers and, you know, playing around with them. They say, hey, this dog is really awesome, it's cool. All right, cool. So there are moments, but this is something in which I've actually witnessed in my fish keeping hobby over the past 3 years, in which I've actually become so involved in fish keeping. I've actually seen where in which my curry catfish actually had eggs, right? I took them out, meaning I took out the parents, I placed them one side, and the fries were there developing, and they reach about probably about a half inch or nearly an inch, not fully an inch, but near they are around, right? And I said to myself, oh, they are swimming, so they are good, so I can put the parents in. I had about probably about 13 14 curry cats. So I placed the adults back into the aquarium, and it is like, you know, in a candy shop. The adults went crazy. I mean, they held the baby curry catfish by the head and they were like consuming them. I only could have saved about 3 fries at that point in time. So I know what I'm saying, right? And I've actually seen where my plecos actually um went for the slime on my mollies or my swordtail, and because the slime is so, you know, the fish is very small. Really and truly, it's not really the fish they want to eat, but the fish is small and they sucking on the fish slime. The fish actually just slide down the throat, so the fish gets eaten. Right? This is a common practice by the pleco. Right? So the bigger the pleco, the more likely that the fish will be actually swallowed by the pleco because they want that slime, right? And piscus catfish, I've actually seen it actually consume fish at the pet shop. I haven't gotten any. I never thought of getting any because I just think that they are selling them too expensive. So that's like out of my range. In Jamaica, it's like about probably about $2,600 for one piscus catfish, right? Where which I can get some curries for about $700. So, oh, bear in mind that in Jamaica it's about $127 Jamaican dollars for $1 US. So that's it. Uh, got to go. No problem, brother. No problem. No problem. Just my fish. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Right. So here you have uh different type of fish species in which I've kept. I've kept tetras. I've bred them. I've kept tiger barbs. I've bred them. Right. Anvics. I've bred them also. I've also bred Jack Dempsey, goldfish, koi. One fish I've never bred, which is my favorite fish, is my Oscar because it's so complicated, right? So you will have two fish, or three fish, or four Oscar in one area. What I find, and probably might have to ask Thursday how he does it, right? Is that they fight each other and they end up they killing each other, right? And I might end up with one fish die every day or every other day, eventually leaving one. So currently I only have one because the other actually died. But I think I got an idea from watching a channel where they say that with Oscars it's best to get them like in groups of six or four or five, where all of them like the same size, place them in the same aquarium, let them group up, decide up which one they will go with. I already said pair up, and then now you remove that pair, put them by themselves. There now you should be okay as far as spawning is concerned. Right? I guess I've been doing it incorrectly now, and then buy one next week and buy, and when I put them together, one is saying, hey, this is my space, don't come here, but there's no other space to go, so fight start and fish actually die. Alright, so any other question regarding fish keeping, my hobby? Okay, I bred, as I said, filament barbs, tetra, see, and they go well with Oscar, but I could not actually put them in an aquarium or a pond with these fish, right? Because size for size, the Oscar will try to eat them, right? So, any other question? Now today is Sunday. Usually Jamaica you eat rice and peas and chicken. Today I think I'm gonna be doing some stew peas for my dinner. I'm kind of tired of the fish, get some stew peas in my system. Strong up, right? By the way, I'm lacto vegetarian, so it's either fish or food. Okay, so here we are at. Nice to see you back on Just My Fish. Now, I have some really interesting updates on my goldfish fries. I just hope that you'll enjoy. Okay, so I'm reaching my 45 minutes timeline, and I've been talking a lot. So, would you wish to share? Anyone wish to share experience at this time so that I can get a little rest? Rob, are you still there? Okay. Alright. Cool. So I continue to speak. Waiting here. Have a good evening. Okay. Alright. Where are you from again, William? Oh, I hear that. Okay. So, Jamaica is located in the Caribbean. It experiences a tropical marine climate, and it's also within the equatorial region. It's in the tropics, right? And Jamaica doesn't have season variation period, like in North American section of Europe or Asia, in which they have winter, and they have spring and autumn and summer. Jamaica does have a hot season, and North Carolina. Oh yes, I remember you said it, right? Okay. Do you experience, William? Do you experience snow? I'm thinking. I'm thinking about going into aquaponics. I tried it, but I planted some stuff. Okay, okay. So you don't have any, William? You don't have any system like outside, like ponds or anything like that? I tried doing aquaponics, but it just doesn't work for me. Um, the seed doesn't come up, meaning that the plant doesn't come up. But I realized that some grass in it. Now, okay. What kind of fish do you keep outside, William? It take a while to actually respond, right? Okay, so I'm considering to do a filtration system that actually filter all my pond water and run it through a particular system, and I probably wouldn't have to do any water change. My light bill would go up, but it would compensate for not doing any water change. Alright, so the question is, does the altitude, and this is to everybody, right? Do you think the altitude of a particular country, region, affect the type of fish species that exist within the wild? I think DP love a question like this. Is this person, he loves questions that talks about temperature, climate variation, climate change, and all that. By the way, DPK is a person who have actually been helping me to create awesome graphics of late for my channel. So he is the one who actually should be, I call it now, thanked for my my screen presentation. Hey, nice to see you, Raccoon Quick. How are you? Did any visit, brother? I don't remember seeing any video for you this weekend, but I go back and I check, right? Okay. Question again. Can anybody tell me where really could you find in the wild? Um, there are some fish that I will look at online, but I'm okay because usually there are about 15-20 persons in which I try to follow them religiously. As soon as they come out, I watch the videos, and I try my very best to touch base with persons that are new in the fish keeping hobby, ensuring that they are supported. I might not be in the front of the computer or the tablet or the phone watching word for word everything, um, but it is on, it is running, the volume is up, so I might be hearing but I might not be seeing, right? So this morning, and it amazed me, this morning Thirsty Rabbit did, was it this morning or last night, he did a video where he actually did a tour of his fish room. Man, this is my Jamaican expression now. I never know say one man have so much fish, and alright, I know that you have fish room and persons have a lot of tanks, like 40, 50 tanks. But I never know that Thirsty Rabbit had so many aquariums, to tell you the truth, and so many species of fish, and his fish just looks awesome. If you think that some of the fish that you have actually seen on other channel is awesome, check out Thirsty Rabbit. It's a little bit long, 19 minutes, but as he goes through, you will see some fish that only exist in Australia, and it's really, really, really cool. Raccoon Quick is an awesome person. He is good with nanotanks, and he's good with that, getting that aquarium with that vegetation look. Those he has this thing with it. So for those persons watching who have not yet looked at Raccoon's Creek channel, check it out. It's an awesome channel, and I think that you should check it out, subscribe, and you won't be disappointed. All right, so we're talking about one idea of fish keeping in Jamaica. Not necessarily my channel, but fish keeping on a whole, right? Fish keeping in Jamaica, I mean that person actually having a one aquarium or two aquarium is not a new thing, right? During the course of this week, I will also, I think probably it might end up in the weekend because I have so many videos launched out for this week, scheduled for this week. I don't know if I'll be able to do it by Friday, but there's a new top 10 fish. Okay, that's cool. Cool, quick. You earn it. You earn it, right? There's this new top 10 fish kept in. I would love for you to look at that. I did one a few months ago. Some persons, were asking me, what about this fish? What about that fish? But what I do, I actually go by the fish stores. I ask questions as to which fish sells the most regularly, and I've spoken to some persons actually to purchase fish. So therefore, it can go on as to how to actually make a video such as this. So it is not a guesswork, right? So hi James, nice to be back. Have you reached your 100 subscriber? Okay. I guess you'll answer me in a bit. Okay, so at the whole idea of looking at which fish is more popular than which, it's more than just me just looking at the internet or the James Boston is trying to get 100 subs. For persons watching out there, I'm asking you could just support him by checking out his channel, right? I think he's at 98, so he needs two persons to subscribe, and he has been at 15-20 minutes to beckon to you persons out. All right, so I guess Raccoon Creek got to one left. All right, so uh I have a few minutes before I leave. Are there any questions in which you wish to? Oh, it's called Philippines Aquatics. All right, James. What you need to do, you need to go in Google. You need to go on Google, on Google, right? And you need to change the name from James Bolston to Philippine Aquatics. That way, persons will more gravitate to you as a fish keeping channel. All right. So do that, and I can guarantee you that you will get more subscribers. All right. So are there any questions? I have roughly about 10 minutes before I leave. This has been a really interesting chat with my peeps. Not much person, so therefore I can actually share thoughts. Person, I was the whole idea of beta fish in the wild. Can anybody share with the viewers as to where uh, you can actually find beta fish in the wild? I've always seen them in tours on the internet, right? I've one channel which actually talks about beta fish. I want to know where you can find them in the wild. Another thing is myself and Aquafunk will be doing a competition sometime in January where we'll be looking at who can breed the 40, my 40. I've never kept one in my life. But we'll be doing a competition, myself and Aquafunk, where we'll be looking at who can actually breed the, that kind of song from this thing. Who's the first one to actually get your betta fish to reproduce? Yeah, I have some of my students watching, so I have to be careful as to what I actually say, right? So we'll be like doing videos, probably about 3 or 4 videos, right? Coming down the line. South Asia. Okay, okay. So okay, okay. So would you say that betta fish is more likely a Asia type fish? You wouldn't find that in Africa. just my fish. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about James Bolton channel? With regards to getting whatever. I don't know when they say that put your link up. I'm not sure. All right. So I'm trying to figure out if betta fish can be found. I have not researched it. I'm just trying to get a background because I'll be going into this competition with Aquafog, and of course I'll be taking back that title of you know being successful something for him, because he won the substrate debate. For those persons who never knew about it, you can check it out with regards to substrate or no substrate. There was a debate earlier this year, last year, I'm not sure, but earlier during our journey, and he won based on the amount of likes he got. All right, so okay, James Boston actually put up the link for his channel, which is Philippine Aquatics, so you can check it out at the end of my stream, which will be probably about 5 to 6 minutes time. Okay, so I'm trying to get a background information as to betta fish, so I'm gonna have to know watch some of Mr. Brennigan's videos on his beta, and I think Raccoon Creeks. Hey, around there. Nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you. Now around the angler. Now he's a fisherman. Well, he not really a fisherman who actually go and sell fish at the market, but he's a person who actually has a channel where he goes out does fishing, and he actually carry with that. Okay, cool. So now you are. I am. Okay, yeah. So he is a person in whom goes out just like Fool's Fishing Channel and ASP Fishing, and you have some others. They do fish thing, and they throw the and you have Archer Fisher, Archer Archer something on the side, right? So he does that. So for those persons who are interested in looking at the Jamaican version of ASP fishing and Archer fishing, you can check him out, right? He's an interesting person. I don't know if his computer is back up as yet, but the last time I communicated, back to my few minutes of chat. Now, question: would any of you actually consume pet fish that you have had for several years? Now, I have over 65 Jack Dempsey juveniles, and I have probably about another 65 inside at the pond with my Jack Dempsey, the adults. Plus, I have probably about roughly 52 adults. After a while, I'm going to be running out of space. So, question is asked: how ethical or how humane or how positive would you regard consuming a fish like, let's say, steam, get Jack Dempsey, put your line in it, and the escovitch fish? But do you think that you could have done that with a fish in which you have? I've heard a story. I don't know how true it is. This young man, he had his arowana. He lived with his granny. His granny was hungry. His granny caught the arowana out of the aquarium, cooked it, and shared it up for him. He came home, he ate the fish, and when he went to feed his fish, he realized that his fish was gone. And he asked his grandmother, "Grandma, where's my fish?" And grandma said, "You just ate him," right? And he was like stunted for a bit. So things happen with regards to keeping fish and keeping fish amongst persons that like to consume fish, right? Because you have cats and you have dogs that sit and wait for that fish to jump. Now, as I said before, my system at home, my pond system, uh, does not allow my fish to actually jump out, right? Uh, I'm trying to read around the arches. Okay. It went up. It's up. Went to Portland, Spanish River. Have a nice river coming in the week. Okay. Oh, so Aranda is actually saying that he has a video out. Well, he's gonna have a video out during the course of this week, where he went to uh a river by the name of Spanish River. Remember, I said in the early part of my stream that you have several rivers in Jamaica. Some are officially named, while some of which are not officially named. Persons just name it based off what the river have actually, done during the course of the year. Alright, so you have rivers like Cooking River because it turned a particular way. You have Spanish River, you have Whistling River, you have Duns River, you have Bamboo River, you have Sharky River, you have White River, you have different rivers, and these rivers are not really, official on the map of Jamaica. So if you go on a map of Jamaica and ask rivers in Jamaica, you'll see certain rivers like Milk River, you'll see Rio Cobre, Rio Grande, right? You see Yalas River, but you won't see certain rivers in Jamaica because a lot of rivers cut through Jamaica, and it's really difficult for one person, well, a company really. Yeah, probably they might, but it doesn't really it's not really necessary. All right. Um. Yeah. Cool. All right. Cool. So, I'm about 2 minutes over my scheduled 1 hour, but I spend another 5 minutes with you guys, probably up to about 1 hour 10 minutes. Chit chat a little bit about my channel direction. Now, a lot of persons have it that I am controversial, I'm contradicting a lot of persons on YouTube, where which I have actually shared my opinions. Some persons refer to the whole issue of me actually sharing my point of view that I am actually trying to bolster my subscriber base and my viewership. I will categorically deny that because that is not within my. I a person who actually call it as it is. For the past 2 weeks, I've been doing a lot of extensive videos. I've been extending myself, ensuring that my videos are up, and what I'm actually trying to say, respect. What I'm trying to say, it can actually help each other. It can help person as they go along, right? The reason why I am like how I am with regards to mentioning person's name is because I believe that um, just like when a student carry a book, say that they get it wrong, and sometimes I might end up have to discard the results. I just got a stop thingy a while ago. I think my battery is running down low. When things are said and said properly and be directed. A lot of persons on YouTube are abusing the young YouTubers, and it is seen around the code. My time with you is kind of ending, and I continue my discussion with regards to my purpose. Next week, I share you in details why I do what I do, and the fact that we should be able to share opinions, but yet not be offended. I celebrated my 15th anniversary with my this week. It was an awesome celebration. I took the day and enjoyed my time with my wife because I myself and my wife have been together for a good while, so we understand each other, and we have gone through a lot of issues. But one thing I can assure you is that we are able to use those trying times to pull closer. So we all learn from our mistakes, and wherever I make a mistake, I will readily correct them. But where it is not deemed as an error, not deemed as something worthwhile, correct, I let it remain. So why some persons, I realize some persons are not watching me anymore, but part of life, right? One thing I can assure you is that I'm here to stay, and I will continue to do what I do. Um, Not because you don't like, that doesn't mean other persons must not watch. I don't believe in that, right? So if you like, that's good. If you don't like, that's good. But I don't believe that you should encourage persons not to like because you don't like. And as I said before, some young YouTubers being abused by persons that are actually ascending. Right? I was advised to just lay off that a little bit, but it's really heart-rending, right? So it's personal when it comes on to the whole idea of, you extending yourself, you're trying to reach out, and persons are using the opportunity to self-acclimate, self, put up themselves as, as the whatever. But it is what it is, right? As Pong could say, love your family, love your fish, and check for your budget, right? Um, this is Raleigh here for Fish Keeping Jamaica. I appreciate it. No, but my stew peas, yeah, stew peas today, stew peas. Alright, alright, cool. Yeah, man, around there. I link you up that direction. Probably I might check it out because I intend to probably do some road trip early next year. So I'll check it out by linking you, and probably you can give me some directions. All right. Yeah, some very fine skills. Yes, they do have skills. Do have some very fine skills, and if you don't really look check good, you realize that you probably even consume the skills, you don't even know it. Right? They start off very fine and they get very large, like very large. Right? So it's really interested in this fish hobby. Sometimes we wonder if in the hobby on YouTube, some persons are the piscus catfish, some persons are the pickers, some persons are that little molly or swordtail, and you all know what happened, right? When the piscus holds the fries of the swordtail or the molly, right? They are being consumed, and eventually they will no longer exist. Alright, so that's it. I think I got 10 minutes over. I appreciate you for watching. You have an awesome evening. Blessings. Guess what video out tomorrow? Should be interesting. And as I said before, focus, focus, consistency, persistence, right? And also, remember, before you publish something, make sure that it is factual. Alright? Cool. Rally here. Peace. Brother. Cool. Cool.